Hey guys, hope everything's going well. You guys know the drill. Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below. Also follow me on Instagram at AIH_sports. Okay, I want to do a video today once again on the topic of sports cards and the Jabba Dabba Ding Dong. Now, it's quite interesting. A video I did maybe a week or two ago, I was talking about a few players that probably won't be taking this thing. And one of the players I believe I mentioned was Kyrie Irving. And there's also another player on the Nets that's not going to take it, or that hasn't taken it as of right now. And there is another player, Wiggins, on the Golden State Warriors. I think his first name is Andrew. Andrew Wiggins. I know he's drafted by the Cavs and traded to the T-Wolves, if I remember correctly. Regardless, the thing is that Andrew Wiggins needs to take this in order to play in the San Francisco area. And if he doesn't, then he can't play home games. Now, the messed up part about this rule is this only applies to the Golden State Warriors. This does not apply to a road team. So if they're trying to cut the transmission of the cornholio virus, then why are they allowing individuals on road teams to play if they didn't take this? It doesn't make any logical sense. And if you look at what's going on throughout the U.S., you have a lot of politicians, leaders, not acting rationally. Could mean that they're bought off or they're really that incompetent. Who knows? Now, that being said, Wiggins said that he's only going to take this unless he's forced. Now, the question is, what does he mean by forced? His religious exemption was denied by the NBA. And I understand why they would do that, because if someone gets a treatment and they may have used now they're trying to use a religious exemption. Now, then the question would be, why would you be okay with that type of treatment, but not this one? So that's where a lot of religious exemptions are being denied, such as in the military. Regardless of whatever you think about that, the reality is Wiggins, unless he doesn't get the Jabba Dabba Ding Dong, he's not going to be playing home games. Does that mean that he could be traded? Yeah. Kyrie Irving stated that he may retire, or the rumor was, let me rephrase it, the rumor was that he may retire if he gets traded. Now, if he's not allowed to play home games, what option do the Nets have? Let him sit down and rest? That could be the case. This is really bizarre. I've never seen anything like this in my lifetime, and it's probably going to get more crazier. Then they may say for outdoor venues, anyone who didn't take Jabba Dabba Ding Dong 1 and Jabba Dabba Ding Dong 2, they're not allowed to play. It could go that crazy. I mean, knowing how incompetent some of the individuals are in this country throughout America. But who knows? We will see in the near future. Now, the question is, some people may ask, okay, so get to the point. What does this have to do with sports cards? Good point. Okay, I remember there's this one kid on YouTube. I'm not going to mention his channel. I don't want to get any issues with litigation or whatever. So this guy, I believe he may be pumping and dumping some cards through a subscription service. Can I prove it 100%? No. That's my gut feeling. And he was talking about how people should be looking at the Nets, and the Nets have a good shot of going into the finals because they got Durant, they got Kyrie, they got Harden. That logically made sense, but they didn't get in because Giannis was flat out amazing in the playoffs. And I remember going on PWCC, or it was on eBay, I think at the time, but I think it was a PWCC auction. A Kyrie Irving card, a rare card, sold for $22,000. $22,000. Granted, Kyrie Irving is a talented guy. He won a title with Cleveland. Okay. Now, that $22,000 someone bought in May, you have to realize they didn't go to the finals. They lost against that team, the Bucks. And yeah, there were injuries at the same time, but they didn't advance. And now Kyrie Irving may not be able to play half of the games. Now, this is the problem when people throw down a large sum of money, $22,000. I know a lot of people are not going to do that are watching this channel, but it's just still the concept. Okay, so you can't afford $22,000, but maybe you can afford a $2,000 card, and that's the most that you spend on a card, and you spend it on a player that you think, okay, if they go to the finals, this card's going to go up, and maybe next year they could do the same thing, etc., etc., etc. Now, the person who invested $22,000 in Kyrie is probably going to be pissed if Kyrie Irving decides not to play because of his strong views about the Jabba Dabba Ding Dong. And at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if Kyrie Irving said, "Nah, I don't want to play. I want to be traded, or I'm going to retire." He took time off because he had experienced mental health issues, from my memory. So if he did that then, what he's going to do now? He's made millions of dollars. He doesn't need the money. He could just walk away if he wants to. And if he feels that strongly about it, then who knows? The Nets have a huge problem here. And so does Golden State. And the easy way for Golden State is probably to trade Wiggins. Nets, not so sure. But in regards to cards, sports cards, it's really strange me saying this, but you may need to figure out, did this person take the Jabba Dabba Ding Dong? Is this person really against taking this? Now, that could be a huge problem in the future. So suppose they say, okay, now you got to take 2 of these Jabba Dabba Ding Dongs. And some people were like, okay, I'll do this time around, but I'm not going to do it this time, or the second time around. What if there's resistance there? So the risk, in my opinion, is with players that are still in the league, that are performing at a high level, but still are young, still there's risk. You got to watch out for variables coming out of left field. And this is one of them. And that is, are they against this or are they for this? Jabba Dabba Ding Dong. And if they're against it, you are potentially putting yourself at risk if you invested a large sum of money in a card. Now, if you put maybe $200 in a card, okay, that's not that much money. But once you start getting to thousands of dollars, a lot of people would be like, okay, that's a lot of money. Unless you're a multimillionaire where it doesn't matter. But I think for most people watching here, $2,000 is a lot of money. And especially $22,000 for the person that invested in that Kyrie Irving card. That's a lot of money for a card. Especially those individuals that were speculating. I commented on one of the videos saying that this is gambling if you're throwing this much money in that person. And if Kyrie doesn't come back because of this, that person gambled and lost a lot of money, in my opinion. So I wanted to know what you guys think about this. Has your thought process changed when you're looking at some of these sports cards? I know a lot of people are saying, you know what, I'm not really throwing money into sports cards right now because everything's expensive. And speaking of expensive, I went to Walmart today. I was just looking at some of these sports cards, some of these unopened boxes. Man, they are more costly at Walmart now than on eBay. I'm going to do a video on this, just discussing this topic. I mean, anyone can get those cards and no one wants it because it's too pricey. There's no arbitrage value. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about Kyrie Irving, what you think about Wiggins, what you think about all of these rules placed on by the cities and could be the states in the future. And also, has this changed your investment or collecting perspective? Does this make you think twice before throwing a lot of money in a younger player? And also, I am really averse to putting a lot of money in a younger player because I remember what happened to Derrick Rose here in Chicagoland. He was supposed to be the next best thing next to Jordan in Chicago. He already had one MVP, and then what happened was Thibodeau left him in a playoff game too long. He injured himself, and he's never been the same. And he's had numerous knee injuries since. He's still an okay player, but he's nowhere near what he used to be. And it's quite unfortunate because Derrick Rose was amazing. People still cheer for him, when he goes back to play in Chicago. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and comment down below, guys. Thanks. Bye.